barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. So I just did a video on why commissions, referees, and judges don't get interviewed at the end of the fight. You know, even if there's no mistakes, you know, they go through their protocol and tell us what they saw, why they stopped the fight, why they allowed the fight to go on. That should be done on fight night. The commission should be very public and very open. We need to know how much money they're making, where the money is coming from, how much they get paid. These WBC, IBF, the Alphabet Boys need to be held accountable. But moreover than all this, how come fighters become so dumb? Fighters, you are stupid. Let me tell you this. Fighters are the dumbest thing. I don't care if your father manages you, a Jewish white man manages you, your uncle manages you, your grandfather manages you, your mother manages you, trains you. Listen, you bet not. I don't like when I hear fighters say, I'm going to consult with my team. Nigga, you are the team. Shit. You're the president of the United States. You're the president of the United States of Jamal Charlo. You're the president of the United States of Errol Spence, the United States of Mikey Garcia, the United States of Deontay Wilder, the United States of Tank Davis, the United States of Leo Santa Cruz, the United States of Gary Russell. And the list goes on and on. You are the president, the vice president, the secretary of state, president of HUD, all that. That is you. Everyone else is just an employee. All right? You give them their power. People, listen, people are enamored with titles. Their title doesn't empower them. Someone can be the CEO of a company and not have any type of power. You think I'm going to slave all these years to become a working class millionaire and give my power to somebody else? You think the fighters are like, you think you going to spar all through your amateur career, go through your amateur career, go through 120 and 12. Then you turn pro, you become an Olympian, and then when you turn pro, you don't make your own decisions? You gonna rely on your team? You gonna take what the team offers you? You gonna take what your promoter offers you? Y'all stupid. Listen, if I'm taking the punch, I'm taking the pay. If I'm taking the punch, I'm giving the pay. If I'm taking the punch, I'm giving priorities out. You know what I'm saying? See how quick my brain work? I got all those P's in. So you get what I'm saying? So I think it's just incredibly and incredulous and important that y'all start, and this is every fighter. I'm talking broad. I always ask fighters, well, I'm going to see what my team has to offer. Nigga, you are the team. I don't see nobody in there catching that left hook for you on Saturday night. I've never seen it in my life. I never seen a fighter be able to tag their trainer and be like, hey, and put the gloves on. Hey, you take the even rounds and I'll fight the odd rounds. That doesn't happen. That's not reality. So at the end of the day, you got to be cognizant of that. So anyways, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. I get to talk about subjects that I'll normally talk that I have time to talk about because there are no fights. There are no fights to build up outside of Tyson Fury's cheating. So it's going to be a lot of business topics that I'm going to cover. Fighters, you are in control, okay? You no longer have friends following you around. They are your employees, okay? You no longer have a manager or a trainer or a promoter telling you what to do. You tell them what to do, especially when you're headlining a card on Showtime, on Fox. And if you want to fight 3 times a year, say you want to fight 3 times a year. If you want to fight 4 times a year, fight 4 times a year. You fight 2 good fights, and you fight 2 fights where you should be huge favorites. But stop saying that. Listen, imagine as a man, you walk in your house and you're not in charge. You pay the mortgage, you pay the car payment, you buy the diapers, you pay for the private school, but you got to consult with your financial advisor. Huh? You can get some advice. But ultimately, I'm making the decision. How many signatures does it take for you to withdraw your money at the bank? 1. Why does it take 10 signatures to sign off on a fight? I don't get it. Y'all, I mean, and it ain't no different. Common sense in real life, there's common sense in boxing. Common sense in real life, there's common sense in basketball. You know what I mean? I live in an area in Los Angeles where I work, live, and play with a lot of retired professional athletes. Especially a lot of black retired professional athletes, they live in my community. And I see them all the time. You know, I work out with them at the park. They walking, you know what I mean? They limping and shit. They got bad knees and shit. And I remember at one time, I was a huge fan of them, watching them play on TV. And they've retired in Los Angeles because of the great weather, you know. And every day, if I stay in my community, I will see a famous person or a former famous person. And guess what? They out here trying to work. Yeah, they get retirement, they get pension if they played in the NBA and the NFL, you know. But if you're in boxing, you got no pension, you got no retirement. That's brutal. Make your own decisions. Make your bed, you lie in it. You know what I mean? So, anyways, man, I just think that fighters, you know, fighters start from humble backgrounds. For the most part, there are people that fight because they absolutely love it. But there are fighters that come from impoverished backgrounds, mom on welfare, mom on drugs, I'm an adopted child, child abuse, being bullied, not having enough food in the house, not having no male role models. There's so many different factors, man, that goes into fighters becoming fighters. And so I understand the lack of intelligence. But you mean to tell me you can have a 10-year amateur career and then you turn pro and you know nothing? You the fool. You Bobo the fool. You mean to tell me you could be my friend for 10 years and you not know how I make money and how I buy properties and make money and reinvest money? You should know that like the back of your hand. You know what I mean? It's just common sense, guys. I'm not speaking nothing out of the ordinary. I'm just talking about accountability. You personally holding yourself and your finances and your ability to make decisions personally accountable to yourself. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. You guys have a beautiful Tuesday, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.